Hey guys, what's up? Great to be back with you again. We got another 1949 game. I'm excited for this one. Excited to see the second game of this doubleheader, and excited to see if the Giants can win again. Giants come into this game. Well, it's not even going to tell me what the record is. Here's Willard Marshall. He takes the ball. We're going to take a quick look over here. I know that we can do this. We'll take a quick look here at the standings. If it will give it to me, league standings. There we go. I wish you would tell me what the standings were at the start of the game. National League standings here, the Giants are at 24-9. The Cardinals are down to 13-18. As you can see, the Cardinals are kind of dropping like a rock. Wish this were a little bit bigger, but what can I say? I mean, this program is probably 25 years old or so now. Ball in there to Willard Marshall, and then he takes a strike in the inside corner. 1-1 the count, and there's ball 2 there to Marshall. 2-1 now the count. 3-1 is as low and outside, and I think the Dynamite assumes that you're going to play both games in rapid succession, and you won't always do that. There's ball 4, and Marshall didn't go around on that one. That brings up Sid Gordon. So the Giants are threatening already, and Gordon ends up taking a ball. 1-0 the count to him. Don't know if Marshall will run, and there's one inside that misses. It's 2-0 on Gordon. Little ground ball hits slowly down to first base, and that's too slow for 2. So Jones, Nippy Jones grabs that, goes to the bag for the only out he has. Marshall now in scoring position, and here is Bill Rigney. Rigney takes the ball high, and there's one just slow. 2-0 the count now on Bill. That's lying down the right field line, just foul, and there's a swing and a miss on strike 2, 2-2 the count. There's a little bouncer over to Shundins, who throws to first for the out. Marshall moves up to third. 2 gone. Here is Whitey Lockman. There's a ground ball back up to the mound, and the Reader grabs that and throws over to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Stan Musial up there now against Dave Koslow. Koslow 6-1. Opponent's hitting 197 off of him, 2.14 ERA, 2-0 the count on Stan, and that's outside. It's a 3-0 count on him, and there's 4 balls in a row, and he goes down to first base. That'll bring up Enos Slaughter, and Slaughter takes a ball inside. 1-0 is the count. That's hit up the alley in left field. Lockman and Thompson both going after that one, and Whitey's there for the catch. 1 away. Eddie Kozak up now, takes the ball low. 1-0 the count. That's low again, 2-0. Kozak hitting 360, hits a fly ball over to Thompson in center, 2 away, and it's Marty Marion. Marty fouls one back and takes the ball high, 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss on that one. It's 1-2 on Marty, and there's a ground ball down the third base line. Koslow actually goes over, grabs that one, throws to first just in time for the out. And we'll go over here to the top of the second inning. It's Mickey Livingston up there for the Giants, and Reader's first pitch is hit down to Marty Marion at short, who fields it and throws to first, 1 away. Bill Reader, starting pitcher for the Cardinals because they had nobody else who was really ready, faces now Bobby Thompson, who takes the ball. And then a strike, 1-1's the count on him. Reader pitching 1.80 ERA. No wins, no losses, has 1 save. 2-2 now the count on Bobby Thompson as that one missed. That's lined over to Stan Musial in center field for the second out, 2 away. And it's Johnny Mize now who takes a ball. And there's another ball, 2-0 is the count on Johnny. And that's ball 3, a big wild pitch, 3-0, and there's ball 4 to Mize, and that'll bring up Bobby Braun. So 2 walks given up so far by Reader, and Braun takes a ball, and another ball, 2-0 is the count on him. A little pop-up behind first base, actually, Shundins, the second baseman, who goes over and grabs that for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning here. Ron Northey comes up for the Cardinals and promptly takes a ball, and then a strike. 1-1 is the count. That's fouled back to the left is 1-2, and that's hit straight over to Thompson in center field for the first out. Here's Nippy Jones, who takes the ball. 1-0 is the count now on Jones, and there's a bouncer over to the left side, and Rigney has that one, throws to first, not in time, and Jones is in there. They're going to call it a base hit. Rigney didn't make a misplay on that at all, and that'll bring up Red Shundins. And the question now, do we run a straight or hit and run? Probably run a straight here with Red up there. Takes a strike, hitting 264. A little bit disappointing in the early season. He has a 1-1 count on him. And there's a ground ball over to Ron, flips to Rigney for 1, and they don't get it. That's an error as Ron bounces the throw, and that allows Shundins to reach first safely. Jones goes up to second, and here comes Del Rice now for the Cardinals. 1 out only, bottom of the second. Rice takes a ball. Rice hitting 179, not too many at-bats. There's a strike. It's because I've been playing Garagiola a lot, probably overplaying him. That's bounced just wide to third. Now it's a 1-2 count on Del. And there's a bouncer through the right side for a base hit, and here come the runners trying to score for St. Louis. Both Jones and Shundins are trying for home, and there's a play at the plate, and it's a bad throw. It goes over Livingston's head, and that will allow Rice to move up to second. The other runner scores, and it's a 2-0 game just like that. Bill Reader, the pitcher's up there now, and now's the time to bunt. And Reeder bunts that one straight out front, and Costello's only play at first base. Rice moves up to third. 2-0 Cardinals here, bottom of the second inning. This is more like the Cardinals we were expecting from 1949. And there's a big breaking ball in there from Dave Costello, and Musial promptly hits that one into left center field for a single that scores the run. It's 3-0 St. Louis, and here's Enos Slaughter. Boy, maybe this is the one that will turn things around, huh? 2-0 the count on Slaughter, and there's a strike in there to him. 2-1 is now the count. Half swing called strike. 2-2 is the count, and that's low. Full count. That's foul back. Full count remains on Enos. And that's ripped over to left center field, and Musial is going to score. Enos Slaughter is able to reach all the way to third base as Lockman and Thompson were running around trying to grab that one. That makes it 4-0. Eddie Kozak now up there. Costello falling apart, and he finally gets Kozak to foul out over to third base. Sid Gordon grabs that for the third out. It's a 4-0 game here already, and let's see what the third inning holds for us. Dave Costello will lead this off for the Giants. And takes a ball, low, 1-0 the count. Costello, now 1-1 on him, 227 average, 3 RBIs already this season. And there's a ball on him, 2-1 is the count. There's ball 3 outside. 3-1 pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Full count now on him. That's fouled away. And there's a pitch up and in. That'll be a walk, and that brings up Willard Marshall now with the pitcher on at first. So Reeder walks the pitcher, third walk given up by him this game. Don't let that scoreboard fool you, because the Giants could come back. 1-0 pitch here to Marshall, and there's a hit comebacker right back to the pitcher, Reeder, who ends up dropping that ball is right off of his glove, and that's going to be an error, and Marshall reaches first. I told you, don't go away just yet. You never know what's going to happen. Runners on at first and second. Sorry about that. Runners on at first and second now for New York. Here is Sid Gordon. And there's a little ground ball over to the right side. Jones fields it and flips it over to Reeder, who makes the play on Gordon. That means that Costello and Marshall advance, and there's only one out now for Bill Rigney with 2 minutes scoring position. The question here, of course, do we pitch to Rigney, hitting 348, or do we pitch to Lockman, hitting 301 and load the bases? I think we pitch to Rigney with a 4-0 lead. I think we pitch to him. There's a strike in there to Rigney by Reeder. And that's inside for a ball, 1-1 the count. And there's a long fly ball to center field. Musial has that for the catch. Both runners move up, and it's a 4-1 ball game. New York's still looking for their first hit. Here's Whitey Lockman, who takes the ball high. There's a little ground ball just fouled on the first base line. That would have been the first hit. Oh, and 1-1 the count. And there is a strike to Whitey, 1-2. It's lifted out to center field. Musial has that for the out. We go to the bottom of the third, and here comes Marty Marion. And there's a foul ball that reaches the stands. Here, Sportsman's Park, we have a magnificent view at the very top of the upper deck roof where the press box was. And I'm saving that also for posterity, as I usually do. There's a foul ball by Marion, 0-2 the count on him, 1-2 now. That's hitting to left field, the left field corner, and that ends up landing just fair, and it's off the wall. Marion has a double, and that'll bring up Ron Northey. So Cardinals looking to add to their lead. Northey takes the ball, then hits one over to right field. Just foul. Marshall can't get there. 1-1 the count now on him. Ground ball over to shortstop. Rigney makes the play, throws to first. Marion can't move up. One out now for Nippy Jones, who takes a strike in the outside corner, and there's another one in there for a strike. 0-2 the count. That is fouled away. 0-2 the count remains. That is low. 1-2 on Jones. Let's head over to center field. Thompson has that for the second out. We're going to let Marion stay at second. 2 away. Here's Red Shundines. Red, only 6 RBIs so far this season. Hits one inside third base. Gordon makes the play. Throws to first, but not in time. Shundines is in there. They're going to call that a base hit. So that's hit number 6 for St. Louis. And here is Del Rice, who got that RBI single last time up. And he has a 1-1 count on him after that foul ball. That curve misses. 2-1 is the count on Dell. And there's a hook job over there left field. That falls in there for a base hit, and Marion scores. Lockman grabs the ball. Shundines is going to stop at second with the play right in front of him. It's a 5-1 lead now for St. Louis. Bill Reeder fouls that one back. 0-1 the count on him. There's a ground ball off the third base line, down the third base line rather. It goes off of Gordon's glove. It's into foul ground, and 1 run is scored. We're going to try to score Rice. And he comes in hard and strikes to knock it out of Livingston's glove, and he holds on for the out. So Mickey Livingston holds on to that one, stops more damage from being done, but it's a 6-1 lead for the Cardinals, and Livingston leads off this inning, top of the fourth. There's a strike in there to Mickey. 0-1 the count. It looks no worse for the wearer, and he hits that one over to the left center field, and Musial runs over there, grabs it for the out, one away. Bobby Thompson takes a strike. 0-1 is the count. That's inside. 1-1 the count. There's a little chopper over to Reeder, and he throws over to first base. Almost throws it away, but the play is made. 2 away. Here's Johnny Mize, and he has quickly a 1-1 count on him, and he hits that one over to right field, a little bit under it, but Northie's able to run over and grab that for the third out. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Stan Musial up here. So, interesting game so far with Bill Reeder pitching very, very well. 2-0 the count on Musial. Pitching very well despite being sort of a surprise starter. 2-1 is the count on Musial. There's a ground ball to third base. Gordon has it, goes to first for the out. Here is Slaughter, who takes a strike. And there's one low and away, but called a strike. 0-2 the count on Slaughter. And there's outside pitch. He swings on and misses for strike 3. 2 away, and here's Eddie Kozak. It's a ground ball over to Bill Rigney at short, who throws on to first, and we go to the top of the fifth. Bobby Ron up there now. Bill Reeder pitching a gem, and throws a ball up there for the first pitch, and there's a liner to the left side foul. 1-1 the count. Ball 2 in there to Ron, and swinging a miss at that one. There's strike 2, 2-2 the count, and that one just misses low. Full count now on Bobby, and a little fly ball over to Musial in center field. He has that one for the first out. Here comes Dave Koslow, the Giants pitcher. Takes a strike. Koslow, good pitcher, but having a rough game. 1-1 now the count on him. There's a swing and a miss on that one. It's 1-2. That's off the plate. 2-2 the count, and that is low. Full count on Dave. And there's a line shot to the right side, and that is through for a single, and that breaks the spell. First hit that Bill Reeder's given up in this game, and up comes Willard Marshall. So Koslow, of all people, finds a way to get on base, and he has the first hit here, and that'll bring up Willard Marshall. Everyone was talking about on Twitter recently about how they hate seeing pitchers hit, but I don't know. Koslow is the only one who's hit here in this one. Marshall takes a 3-0 pitch for a strike, 3-1 the count now. There's a ground ball over to shortstop, no, rather to third base as Kozak cuts that one off. Only plays at first. Koslow moves up to second, 2 outs now, and here's Sid Gordon. Gordon, 21 RBIs already this season. He takes a ball high, and there's a foul ball. 1-1 the count on Sid, and that one is in the dirt, and Koslow is going to third base, and he's almost thrown out. The throw is in time, but his slide is under the throw. And so that's going to be, I think they said a pass ball. No, it's a wild pitch on Reeder. And Gordon up there now with a runner on a third base. And there's a strike in the outside corner. 2-2 the count. That's fouled straight back. It's still 2-2. And that one skips up there. Full count now on Gordon. And that's inside of the knees for strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Marty Marion, now the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals, fouls one and then takes a ball inside. 1-1 the count. In there tight, 2-1 the count, and that's outside. 3-1 on Marion. That's hit over Mize and into right field. Marion winds up at second with a double, and that'll bring up Ron Northey. So runner on at second base for St. Louis. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth with a 6-1 lead. Seeing if they can add to their lead. Ron takes the ball outside, and that's in the dirt. 2-0 now the count on Ron. There's a strike in there to him. It's 2-1, and that's fouled back. 2-2 is the count. Has popped up behind the plate, out of play. Livingston can't get to it. And that's up high. Full count now on Northey as he refrained from swinging, but that last one he couldn't. He swung at that and strikes out. That'll bring up Nippy Jones. 2 strikeouts now for Dave Koslow, and Jones takes the ball high. And then a changeup low, 2-0 the count. That's it over to center field. Bobby Thompson has that for the out. We're going to leave Marion at second. No problem. 2 away. Here's Red Shundeen. 6-1 Cardinals. And there's a strike in there to Red. 1 for 2 today. Has scored 2 of those 6 runs. 1-2 now the count. 2-2 as that's inside. There's a little ground ball over to the left side. Rigney, the shortstop, has it and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the 6th. And here is Bill Rigney for the Giants. He takes a ball. And that's outside for another ball. 2-0 the count. Bill Reeder, 3-0 the count now. Reeder, did he have any complete games in real life? I really doubt it. No complete games in real life. Started only 1 game. He did pitch in 21, however, so we won't have a whole lot of chances for him to start. 3-1 the count now on Rigney as that was in there, and that's right in there again. Full count. That's line foul. Full count remains on Rigney. There's a little bouncer over to Marion. The shortstop goes to first. 1 gone. Whitey Lockman up there now. And that is up high for a ball. 1-0 the count. There's one lifted foul. It's out of play. It's 1-1 on Whitey. It's a little bit too high. 2-1 is the count now, and that's ball 3 in there to him. It's 3-1. There's a line drive over to left field, and that's a base hit for Whitey Lockman. That'll bring up Mickey Livingston now. Runner on at first base. Only the second hit for the Giants off of Reeder. And there's a ball in there to Livingston. 1-0 is the count. And that's inside and fouled away. 1-1 now the count on Mickey. And there's a swing and a miss, 1-2. And there's a strike called outside half the plate, and he's a goner. 2 away, and here's Bobby Thompson. Runner still on first base, and there's a pitch high, and there's one fouled back. 1-1 is the count on him. 1-2 as that was fouled away. And there's a liner over to third base. Kazak has that one on the bounce, throws to second for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. So the Cardinals in complete control here. And here is Del Rice, who takes the ball inside from Koslow. And there's a strike in the outside corner. 1-1 is the count on Rice. A little chopper towards shortstop. Rigney has it, drops it, and he throws to first, not in time. That's going to be an error on Bill. That'll bring up the other Bill Reeder, and he's going to bunt again here, of course. 1 for 1 today, but he's going to bunt. There's a good bunt, not bad bunt, that's up in the air over the backstop. 0-1 the count. That's high. 1-1 the count now on Reeder. And he bunts at that one and misses. 1-2 the count. And there's one bunted third base side, just foul, and he'll strike out. So much for the perfect day for Bill. Stan Musial up there now, still runner on to first base, takes the ball. And there's a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Stan, and there's one low. It's 2-1. And that's chopped foul. 2-2 the count now on Musial, and that's inside. Full count now on him. There's a ground ball over to first base. Mize goes to second for 1 and back on to first for the double play, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. So Bill Reeder comes up there completely in control of this game, and he throws a strike to Johnny Mize leading off the top of the 7th, and then that one's high. 1-1 the count. Another one high. It's 2-1 on Mize. That's fouled away. 2-2 is the count on Johnny Mize. There's a full count on him now as that one's low, and there's a ground ball over up the middle, and who was it who had that? Shundins had that one, threw over to first base, but not quite in time, so Mize reaches first, and that'll bring up Bobby Ron. Ron hitting 182. I'm surprised they're leaving him in this game. There's a strike in there to him, and a ball. 1-1 is the count. And there's a swing and a miss at that one. Is 1-2 on Bobby. That's fouled away. 1-2 the count remains. There's a pop-up out of play, 1-2, and there's a fly ball to left field. Slaughter stands under it for the out, 1 away. And it's Dave Koslow, and here comes the pinch hitter, Pete Milne, the pinch hitter for the Giants, taking Koslow out. A little bit hard luck today. Milne takes the ball, hits one up the middle, and that's off of the glove of Marion. That'll be called a base hit. He didn't have much of a chance on that one, and that advances Mize only as far as second. Runners on a first and second now, and here's Willard Marshall again, 0 for 2 today, but he did walk for the first batter of the game. He takes the ball and fouls one away. 1-1 is the count on Willard, and that's fouled off. It's 1-2 on him. And that's inside for a ball. 2-2 now on Marshall, and that's inside again. Full count on him. And he's tied up on that one, and he strikes out. Third strikeout for Bill Reeder, who's pitching kind of a gem here. 2 outs now, and here's Sid Gordon. And there's a ball in there to Sid. 1-0, and that's inside and just misses. 2-0 the counts on Gordon. That's high. 3-0 is the count on Sid Gordon, and that's well inside. And Reeder's given up his 4th walk and has loaded the bases. So Bill Rigney's up here, the number 3 hitter. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Rigney has 11 RBIs so far, and this is that moment of the game where we wonder, should we keep Reeder in? He's pitched 120 pitches, take him out. I think we're going to keep him in, right, because he's given up only 4 hits, has played well. Rigney walked once and has 0 for 2 for the day, including a run batted in, which I'm assuming was from a ground ball or something, maybe sacrifice fly. And he didn't walk. It must have been a sacrifice fly. There's a ball in there to Rigney and a strike, 1-1 the count. As you can see, I'm not doing score by hand, so I can't look easily and see. You can do it in the game, by the way. We could go here and go through the score sheet and try to figure that out, but I'm not going to bore you with that. 2-1's the count now on Rigney. High and inside for ball 3. It's 3-1 on him. And there's a high pop-up foul out of play. Full count now on Bill Rigney. And that swung on and missed, and no, he tipped it, and Rice didn't hold on. Count remains full. That's hit deep to right field, and that one is behind Nordy, and that will score 3, and that is a double for Rigney, and that makes this a 6-4 ball game. And so just like that, Bill Reeder finds himself in all sorts of trouble, and I think it is time now. You always make that pitching change one batter too late, don't you? But I think it's time now. We're going to go for Ted Wilkes here. see if he can put a stop to the bleeding. So 6-4 now the Cardinal lead. Here comes Whitey Lockman, and he takes a ball inside and another ball inside. 2-0 the count. Wilkes 3-0 now on Lockman as that one missed. Wilkes just pitched, I think it was, he's pitching a 1 day's rest. 3-1 as Lockman let that one go by, and that is low for a walk. Here comes Mickey Livingston, not the way the Wilkes wanted to start here. So runners on at first and second, 2 outs, top of the 7th, 6-4. Livingston takes the ball and then a strike. 1-1 the count, and there's a hit over to center field, and that one falls in front of Musial for a base hit. That is run number 4 of the inning, and we have a 6-5 ball game. We have a 6-5 ball game in this one, and fasten your seatbelts because this game is getting better and better as we go along. So Livingston ends up with the base hit, and that will bring up Bobby Thompson here. Thompson is 0 for 3. I don't know if he still has his hitting streak going or not. Runners on at first and second. We leave Wilkes in. There's a strike in the outside corner to Thompson. It's 0-1. And there's a pop-up over to center field, and Musial has that for the out, and that does it for the 7th inning. We go down to the bottom of the 7th. 6-5 now Cardinals, and here's Enos Slaughter. This game has changed a lot. Red Webb, now the pitcher for New York, throws a ball to Slaughter to start it off, and then Slaughter fouls one back. That one just misses. It's 2-1 on Enos. A little fly ball over to Thompson in center field. Great Scott has got that for the first out, and here is Eddie Kozak who takes the ball. Hits that one over to right center field, and Marshall actually runs back and grabs that one. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 7th quickly, and Marty Marion hits a ground ball over to short, actually to second. Ron grabs that and throws to first. We go to the top of the 8th, just like that. That was pretty fast, and here is Johnny Mize. Mize already 30 RBIs in this season, just realized that. He takes a ball, and then a strike. Amazing how many RBIs he's hit. And there's one foul back, 1-2 the count. It's hit off the fists, and that is by Kozak over to left field, and that'll bring up Bobby Ron. Boy, Johnny Mize, did he play the full season in real life? He played about half of one, 388 at-bats, a little bit over half of one. Just wondering how he has so many RBIs here. What are we doing differently with him? But who knows? And I mean, that's the sort of the way the cookie crumbles from now and every now and again. And here comes Bobby Ron, top of the 8th. You got to expect him to bunt. And he does bunt right back to Wilkes, the pitcher, and he throws over to first base. Jones actually not playing in, so he takes the throw, and Mize moves up to second, and that'll bring up Red Webb. So it's a good bunt there for Ron, who is definitely not known for his bat. He's there to be a glove man, and he's there to be a glove man. He hasn't done a great job of it so far today, but it's all right. And that's one of those situations where the bunt actually does prove helpful. We've talked a little bit about that. When is it right to bunt strategically? Don Mueller now comes in for the pitcher, and the runner on at second base could be driven in by him. 0-2 now the count on Don. And that's a awful wild pitch, and it's not a wild pitch actually, as Rice has a great grab on that one, almost through Mueller's kneecap. There's a ground ball over to the left side. Marion makes the play and throws to first. Mize is stuck over at second. So 2 away now, top of the 8th. It's Willard Marshall. And he hits one deep to right center field. And boy, that was a catchable ball. And that one ends up off the score, or off the carom out there. And Stan Musial not really playing the way that he should on that one, and Musial's sort of gaff out there in center field might be the difference in this ball game. Willard Marshall ends up with a double, and we are tied at 6. Tied at 6 here, top of the 8th inning, and I told you not to give up completely on the Giants. So Musial playing that ball kind of nonchalantly, and here's Sid Gordon with a runner on at second base, and 1-1 is the count on Sid. It's fouled away. It's 1-2. There's a sinker low, 2-2 the count, and that is low again, full count on Sid Gordon, and that's just inside, and Gordon gets the walk, and so now the Cardinals really in trouble, and I'm looking at Ted Wilkes and wondering what we have to do. Wilkes was pitching okay, but maybe okay but not good enough. Now, there is a question, of course, as always, about should Ron actually have bunted? Would there have been something better for him to do, And who knows, it's one of those things that you ask yourself in retrospect. Bill Rigney up there takes a strike, 0-1 the count, and there's a ground ball up the middle for a single, and there goes Marshall around third and heading for home. It's a 7-6 game. We got to change pitchers here. Wilkes is just doesn't have it today, and this game is getting better and better. Next up is going to be Whitey Lockman. So this game completely turned around by the base hits, and Marshall drove one in right, and then Rigney did as well. Rigney has 5 runs batted in this game after that big double that drove in 3, and we need to go to the bullpen again. It's going to be Ray Yoakum. So I was talking about this just yesterday. That playing time percentage thing here is where you see the percentage that he has of his real life time. Ray Yoakum, the police for player usage is going to be upset with me for putting him in. 2.1 innings in real life and 2.1 innings in game. 1-1 the count now on Lockman, and that's fouled away. It's 1-2. Yoakum with 11.57 ERA. You're going to have to ask why in the world we put this guy in. That one misses. Full count now on Whitey. That's up and in, and that loads the bases. That brings up Mickey Livingston, bases loaded, top of the 8th, and there's one hit over to left field, and that's a grand slam home run for Enos Slaughter. Oh my gosh, or for Mickey Livingston, I'm sorry. Mickey Livingston hits that one over Slaughter's head, and Slaughter just looks up at that one and watches it go. This isn't like OOTP where it will tell you how far the pitch went, but yeah, that's a grand salami there for Mickey Livingston, and Yoakum has come in and proceeded to give up nothing but runs. His ERA on the season is 19.29, and who do we put in next? We're going to have to put Jim Hearn in, I think, because Al Brazel, I think, has to start the next game, so Jim Hearn is going to come into this game. 11-6 now Giants, and this has really, really been turned around. Here's Bobby Thompson, who takes a strike, 0-1 the count. And there's a ball low, 1-1 the count on Bobby. And there's a ground ball over to Kozak, who throws to first for the out. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. That's going to be it for Bobby Thompson's hitting streak. Here's Ron Northey, and Northey chops that one off the mound over. Ron has it and throws to first, 1 away. Nippy Jones now, and he hits that one over to the left center field side. But Thompson, able to run after that, gets it for the out, 2 away. Red Shundins now takes the strike inside corner. 0-1 the count on Shundins, and that's away for a ball, 1-1. Ball 2, as that was a check swing and was ruled not a swing. There's another ground ball over to Ron, and he throws to first. We go to the top of the 9th, and it's Johnny Mize. Mize takes the ball, 265 he's hitting, 477 slugging percentage, and he slams one over to first base. Jones jumps up and grabs that for the out. 1 gone, and here's Bobby Ron, who takes the ball, still in the ball game. Hits that one over to right field. Northey has it for the second out. And now Walker Cooper, the backup catcher, playing catcher, hits a ground ball down to Red Shundins, who throws to first. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Del Rice up there. Takes a ball high. 1-0 the count on Rice. And there's a strike. It's 1-1. Way outside for a ball, 2-1. And there's a swing and a miss at that one. 2-2 the count. That's inside. Full count on Rice. That's way outside, and Rice is able to get to first, and now we need to bring somebody in to be the pinch hitter. Rocky Nelson it is. It's a great name. Rocky Nelson, pinch hitter, with the slow Rice on at first. Takes the ball, then a strike. That's fouled away, out of play. 1-2 the count on Nelson, and that's outside for a ball. It's 2-2. And that's fouled back out of play. 2-2 the count remains. That's high and outside. Full count now on Nelson. That's hit over to center field. Ron can't quite get that one. Thompson winds up with it, and we're going to play it safe here with Rice, who's slow, because as much as we want to get those runs across the plate, he's probably going to get thrown out. Here's Stan Musial, who takes the ball. And there's another ball. 2-0 the count now on Stan the Man. 1 for 3 today. Hitting .347, and that's a strike in there to him. And then there's a ground ball over to Bill Rigney, who flips over to Ron for 1. On to Mize at first for the double play. Rice moves up to third. Doesn't mean anything. Here's Enos Slaughter, who's 1 for 4 as well, hitting .358. 2-0 the count now on Slaughter. That's fouled away. It's 2-1 on Enos. And that's outside. 3-1 the count on him, and that's way outside for ball 4. So Ray Poet having a few challenges here. That'll bring up Eddie Kozak, and he hits one over deep to left field, but Lockman's there for the out, and that does it. There's your ball game. The Giants really come from behind. They were down 6-1 at one point and end up winning this one 11-6. 10 hits for each team, and the New York Giants have a stranglehold on first place. I hate to say this, if you were looking for the Cardinals-Dodgers pennant race, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not so far. So We'll see what actually does happen, but you never know. I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.